Hey there everyone, Garrett from the Drive Back YouTube channel, here today to go over the Oscar nominations and what I think. There are some surprises to be sure, and some surprising snubs. Alright, so I'm looking at these as we go on Variety.com. Let's go ahead and see what we see here. So on Best Sound, these are the nominees. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, and Top Gun: Maverick. I think this is going to be a competitive category. I think it could go between, it'll probably, in all said and done, it'll probably go to Top Gun: Maverick. I could see All Quiet on the Western Front potentially taking something here. Maybe The Batman as well. Don't know about Elvis, and I don't know about Avatar, but the other three is going to be very competitive. I can't really call a winner here. Next up here, we have Best Original Score. All Quiet on the Western Front. Awesome to see that nominated. Babylon. Why is Babylon nominated for anything? The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a great inclusion as well. And The Fabelmans. So 4 out of the 5 of these were on my Best Original Scores of the year. Well, not all 5, 4 of them. I'm honestly, in this category, I'm hoping it goes to Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I can see it going to pretty much any of these. All Quiet on the Western Front had a really good score too. If I had to say, it'll probably be The Fabelmans because it's one of John Williams' last movies and they'll probably give it to him for it. But I could also, unfortunately, it won the Golden Globe, so it could go to Babylon. Next up is makeup and hairstyling. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. Really cool to see The Whale nominated here. Also The Batman, which they had incredible makeup work on Colin Farrell's character. I would say, if anything here, it could go to Elvis or Black Panther. It could be a surprise win for All Quiet on the Western Front, but I think it is really between Elvis and Black Panther. So hoping that it's one of the two of those. Next up here is Best Live Action Short. I haven't seen any of these, I'm going to be completely honest, so I don't know what's going to win here. So that makes that easy. It's all up in the air. Next up, Best Costume Design. We had Babylon, Black Panther, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. An interesting nomination there. This is a very competitive category. Babylon was this movie about excess in Hollywood, so it's going to have a lot of 1920s costumes. Black Panther obviously won the Oscar 5 years ago. Elvis had really good costume work as well, and so did Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a competitive category again. My vote is going to be for Ruth Carter and Black Panther Forever. She deserves it again. Next up, another category like the other live-action short film one is the animated short film. We have The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, The Flying Sailor, Ice Merchants, My Year of Dicks, which I have no idea what that is, and An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I think I believe it. It looks like I have some interesting short films to watch, and I haven't seen any of these. So, again, very competitive. I have no idea what's going to win. Next up, we have Best Animated Feature Film, and there was a surprise nomination here, which I'm very excited to see. We have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. Very excited to see The Sea Beast here. I don't think it got any attention, and I really like that movie. I thought Netflix did a great job with that film. However, I think it is going to be the year that Guillermo del Toro dominates the animated awards as well, and I think he's going to take it away. I could see any kind of surprise win coming in for Turning Red or Puss in Boots, but I think Pinocchio is going to be the one that takes it. Next up, Best Visual Effects. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun: Maverick. Again, a very competitive category this year, except the fact that it's probably going to go to Avatar because, again, the Academy has no imagination at all. I think it should go to Top Gun: Maverick, or even The Batman, but I think Top Gun: Maverick had the best visual effects of the year. Could not tell what was visual and what was real. But it will go to Avatar again. So that's an easy prediction to make. Next up, we have Best Production Design, which had All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fabelmans. A very surprising category because Black Panther wasn't nominated. That's a very interesting snub, and there's going to be a couple of snubs coming up on this list. Very interesting here. I could see All Quiet on the Western Front winning. That you really felt like that was World War I. However, I could also see it going to Elvis. They'll probably give it to Babylon again because it's a Hollywood story. Fabelmans was like, oh right. I don't know why it was so beloved for this category, but hey, and Avatar's all visual effects. Why is this even here? Stop. Next up, we have Best Original Song. We have Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Natu Natu from RRR, and This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I didn't even know there was... I love this movie and I've seen it so many times and I didn't know there was a song that has singing in it. I'll have to go back and take a look. But I think this is a nice clinch for Natu Natu. It's been winning everything for the original song category. So I think that's pretty much a lock. I would say Hold My Hand is also very much a possibility, and also Lift Me Up, but I think Natu Natu is the one that's going to clinch that. And now we come to one of the worst snubs of the night. So we have Best International Feature Film, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina 1985, Close, EO, and The Quiet Girl. Why isn't RRR here? That is a big question, because RRR should have been nominated for Best International Feature Film, and I will get to why I think it wasn't, and then wasn't again a little later. I think here, Argentina 1985 won the Golden Globe, but I think with how much love they're showing All Quiet on the Western Front, you could see a potential surprise win there. So it'll be interesting to see. Next up, we have Best Film Editing. We have The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. An interesting category to be sure. I think that this one has to go to Everything Everywhere All at Once because of just how much editing work is in that movie. And I could see Top Gun Maverick being a potential second, but I think this one is clenched for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And we'll see what happens on March 12th. Next up, we have Best Documentary Short Film. We have The Elephant Whisperers, Haul Out, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, and Stranger at the Gate. This is a very interesting category, because I haven't seen a single one of them. But it looks like I have some stuff to check out. So if any of you have seen any of these, let me know in the description down below which one you think will win. Next up, we have Best Documentary Feature Film. We have All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. Of all these, I've seen Fire of Love, and I think Fire of Love was a fantastic documentary, and I think that should get it. But I haven't seen the other four, so I can't really make an educated guess here. But I do want to predict Fire of Love. Really sad, and I know some people didn't really enjoy it, but I'm sad to see that We Met in Virtual Reality is not here, which had a very high critic rating. I don't know why it's not here. Hey, it is what it is. But Fire of Love is what I think is going to win this category. Next up, we have another snub category. We have Best Cinematography. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. What the actual fuck happened in this category? Where's Top Gun Maverick? Where is The Batman? Which were two of the best cinematography films of the year, and they're not nominated. What the actual hell happened in this category? Why is Bardo getting any attention? It was a horrible film. Why is Empire of Light getting any? I don't even know what Empire of Light is. Like, this is kind of a reversion to the classic Oscars of not nominating anything that people would have seen, except for Elvis. And this is kind of an embarrassing list. Because of that, I'm gonna say All Quiet on the Western Front because maybe this is kind of embarrassing. I'm sorry, Oscars, you really messed up this category. Next up, Best Original Screenplay. We have The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. Of all of these, it's going to go to Everything Everywhere All at Once. If it doesn't go to Everything Everywhere, I think it'll go to The Banshees of Inisherin. I think they're the two that are really competing in this category. I want Everything Everywhere. It could be The Banshees of Inisherin. Either way, I'm happy with that win because Banshees had a really incredible script, but so did Everything Everywhere. So we'll have to wait and see. Next up, Best Adapted Screenplay. We got All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking. An interesting list. I'm very excited to see Top Gun Maverick nominated here, but I think that this category, it could go to All Quiet on the Western Front, it could go to Glass Onion, but it could be also a surprise win for Living or Women Talking. I don't know. I haven't seen Living or Women Talking, so those could be surprise wins. I think Top Gun Maverick is like a mercy nomination to kind of get more attention for the film, but we'll see. I honestly, of all of these, I would probably say maybe Glass Onion or All Quiet on the Western Front. Next up, we have Best Supporting Actress, and this is a great category because these were all on my list pretty much. Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow for The Whale, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once, for both of them specifically. Fantastic category. This is super competitive. I nominated pretty much all of these people. I didn't nominate Jamie Lee Curtis, but I think she totally deserved any kind of award for this. This is probably the most competitive category, and I can't root for one person. I think it should go to Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think it also could go to Jamie or Stephanie, but honestly, everyone in this category deserves the award, and it's very hard to make a single prediction. Next up, we have Best Supporting Actor. We have Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway, Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is an easy win. Ke Huy Quan's going to win it. I think he does have some competition with Brendan Gleeson in this category, but I do think he is going to sweep all the award shows, and he has been. I can't think of a single person that can badmouth anything of his performance, but I think it's going to go to Ke. Easy, said, done. Get it out. Get him the award. Let's propel this man's career forward more. Best Lead Actress. We got some interesting nominations here. We have Cate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is an awesome category. I have not seen To Leslie yet, but I've been hearing amazing things about Andrea's performance. And I guess there was a really late Oscars push for her to win. And she got the nomination, which I'm going to have to check the movie out now. But I do think this comes down to Cate and Michelle Yeoh. I think that is between the two of them. Michelle Yeoh is picking up more awards than Cate is right now. So I think Michelle Yeoh is going to win this, and she deserves it. I think Cate Blanchett could be the shadow pick that comes up behind and takes it out from underneath her. But I think that's easy said than done. So I think it's going to be Michelle Yeoh or Cate Blanchett. Next up, we have Best Lead Actor. We have Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for Aftersun, and Bill Nye for Living. A very interesting category. I didn't expect a lot of these nominations, specifically Paul Mescal and Bill Nye. I thought they were kind of just like mercy inclusions for the Golden Globes, but I don't think either of them have a chance. It is between your top three. It is between Austin, Colin, and Brendan. And I wholeheartedly think that Brendan deserves it. Brendan Fraser had one of the best performances I've seen in the last 15 years. A performance that will be in textbooks for all time. But it could be a win for Austin Butler because, again, there's that whole political reason of the death of Elvis's daughter recently. They could kind of maybe that could factor in potentially, but I would hope the Academy goes with who had the best, most emotional, most sincere performance, and it was Brendan Fraser. So I hope he wins. It's between him, Colin, and Austin. Next up, we have Best Director. We have Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness. And of all the five of these, this is an interesting one. I do think this is going to go to Dan Kwan and Dan Scheinert. They won the Critics' Choice Award, and they've been picking up more awards since the Golden Globes, and so has Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I think that also Steven Spielberg could be a win here too, if they kind of go the same path as the Golden Globes. I wouldn't be mad with that. I think your top three, Martin, the Daniels, and Steven, are the three contenders here. And I think any of those picks I would be fine with. Haven't seen Triangle of Sadness again, so I can't say anything on that. And Tar, it was one of the highest rated films of the year, but I don't think it's necessarily going to win any Oscars. So we'll have to wait and see. But let's get to the last award. So here are your last award. Here's your nominees. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. So this is very refreshing. We got a lot of movies that were widely available to audiences nominated in this category. There are only two films on this list that I have not seen and haven't even heard of before award season, which are Women Talking and Triangle of Sadness. That's just two. 8 of them 7 of the 8 that are remaining were released widely in theaters, and that is huge, or were made available on streaming very early. This is a fantastic list of nominees because you have your international language pick, which is All Quiet on Western Front, which pretty much solidifies that that's probably going to win Best International Feature. You've got the mercy inclusion of Avatar: The Way of Water, just to appease James Cameron and John Landau, apparently. Banshees of Inisherin and Tar were 2 of the highest rated films of the year. Everything Everywhere All at Once was also a very high rated film. Elvis was widely enjoyed by audiences. The Fabelmans is a wonderful Hollywood movies or magic story. And Top Gun Maverick kind of teamed up with Avatar: The Way of Water, saved the box office this year and brought people back into the theaters. And then Try Not Like Sadness and Women Talking are your 2 indie picks, your 2 limited release picks. And of all of these, this is a very competitive category. I think that based off of the previous awards that we have seen go out to film, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once or The Fabelmans will win Best Picture. I think there could be a surprise pick for the Banshees of Inisherin. I think there could be a surprise pick for Elvis, and there could be a surprise pick for Top Gun Maverick. But I think of all of these, which one is going to have the most chance, I would say it's going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once or The Fabelmans. And that's it for your Oscar nominations. Check down below in the description where I'll have my full ballot on what I would have picked for everything to win for each category. And I'd love to see what all of you have to pick as well down in the comments below. Let me know what you think is going to win for every category. Let me know if you think I'm wrong or if you think I'm right. I need the ego boost. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on the Driveback YouTube channel. We got a massive rebrand coming and a new show. So make sure you like and subscribe, comment, follow, and all that so you know when we go live. Have a great rest of the day.